Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We're going to talk about unrealistic expectations tonight. And there is some expectations, really some desires that are really unrealistic to fulfill. And this comes from, these are expectations come from an Ukrainian official. And this is the title from Ukrainska Pravda, June 28th. Danilov replies to Medvedev, Crimea will be returned on the first try at once. So I think this is a really dreaming expectation, I don't know, unrealistic. So, Alexei Danilov, Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council, reminded Dmitry Medvedev, Deputy Chairman of the Security Council of Russia, that Crimea is Ukrainian territory and will most certainly be liberated from Russian occupation. Okay, see, when you say that and you're so certain in your statements, you have to bring arguments to support your claims. This is how we learn from our ancient Greeks. Okay, but if we live in other kind of areas, then we don't have to provide that. We just say that it's going to be abracadabra, hocus pocus, and it's a miracle. But we're not that kind. Our ancestors, about 2,500 years ago, started challenging the gods, with logic and philosophy and all that, and with science and so on. While other people were still, uh, turning, I don't know, bushes into fire and sending pigs into the sea. All right, so let's see here. Details. Danilov responded to Medvedev claims that attempt to infringe upon the Russian-occupied peninsula of Crimea will be considered a declaration of war on the Russian Federation, and if one NATO state would try to do something, they will go to war against the entire NATO, and it will be World War III. All right. So, quote, I'd like Mr. Medvedev to calm down, and I'm quoting, your Crimea can only exist in the sick anti-Semitic Ukrainophobic imagination of some Kremlin figures. There will be no attempts, as we will return the temporarily occupied territory of the Crimea on the first try at once. Okay, we heard that one, mister. I would like to see the abracadabra you're gonna do. With no respect whatsoever, Alexei Danilov. Okay, pathos is good, but you need to have something here and use some logos, okay? Background. Oh, gonna tell us background how the Russians got Crimea from a referendum? Or they're gonna just say they occupied it and they just took it? Let's see. I didn't read the article yet, but I have a gut feeling they would tell the second story. All right. Russia has been carrying out hybrid military offensive against Ukraine for 8 years. It occupied the Crimea and supported separatists in Donbass with armaments and regular military forces. Okay, that's what they say. And then they say here, the majority of Ukrainians interviewed by researchers stated that Putin's goal is the complete annexation of the Ukrainian territory. All right. And okay, if they say so, they didn't even provide any explanation on the Crimea, who it belongs to, who gave it to whom. Remember Stalin, that guy? Okay. Then that's the first thing. The other thing, did you hear Mr. Alexei saying how they will get Crimea at once? Did you hear any? Because I didn't. That was the end of the article. So I would like to know, maybe he said something I missed. But no, he didn't. You know why? Because talk is cheap. But as long as you have people with low IQ, just oh yeah, Mr. Alexei, good, you did, yeah, man, yeah, you told Medvedev. Medvedev said it clearly. I'm going to use bombs and I'm going to use nuclear things. It's going to be World War III. That's what it's going to be. That means all in the open. What did you say? We're going to take it at once. First try. Okay. Can you give us more information or what? See, this kind of statements not surprise me, but enrage me. That's the word, enrage me inside. Obviously, I can let it out because I'm thinking this guy is a figure is in the leadership position of a country. He's not like a peasant or like a herder or something that you say, okay, he didn't go to school, he didn't read a book, he doesn't even know how to count or something like that. This guy is in a position of leadership, so he must know, he ought to know certain things. I don't think he knows, just so you know. Well, you know why? Because I come from a country where people like this got the same positions in that country where I come from, that country, that's why I'm here. And those guys got over there and I say, how in the, that illiterate guy who can't even speak his language, let alone other languages or anything like that, has no information on geopolitics, history, strategy, not even logic. I don't want to insult peasants. He's a thug with no education, with nothing. He's over there. How? And he leads the country. How is he in that position? And I said, well, okay. So I left that country and I came here. And guess what? I found the same thing. These guys here are a little bit more, how should I put it, cleaner in their vocabulary than those guys over there. They don't tell you in like face to face, yeah, I like that. So what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You. No, these guys are a little bit like, oh no, we're for freedom and democracy, yes, let's vote, yeah, you see how they do it? It's sneaky, slimy. Here is slimy, over there is thuggish. So where is the middle ground? Thuggish over there, slimy over here. Now, from one side to another, it's still better here, but I expected to have people of a different quality up there. Oh, and don't get me wrong, I can give you examples. I can give you, for instance, and believe me, when I look at Biden or Obama or what's his name, Trump or Bush or Clinton, or I can look at certain people over there. Okay, when should I look at what? At Kissinger. That's one I can say. Okay, Kissinger was a good one. The rest, maybe there were some other guys over there too, but who? Donald Trump hired his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, to be his senior advisor for Middle East issues. How old was he? 37, 30 something? His only two qualifications he got, and these does have to go in this order. One, he's Jewish or Jew, and second, he Trump's daughter. That's all. Nothing else. Just because he's a Jew, like they're gonna send, I don't know, I don't want to say me. Well, send whatever. Just gonna grab the first Romanian and he's gonna be the chief advisor, senior advisor for Eastern Europe with the problems in Romania. And that guy, just because he's Romanian, is that how it works? Don't you get the most able person, the person who really knows something about it? And then what do you expect? What policies do you expect when you put mediocrities like this? So again, this guy who talks like that, mediocrity right there. Or a thug. A thug, I think, is both, because over there in Romania there were thugs and mediocrities. There you have it. They can't argue with logic. And I have another, I'm going to post after this, another video with another guy like this. His name is Zelensky. And I'm going to expose how he thinks. But he has one justification. He doesn't have anything to do with the Greeks. All right? So it has to do with those guys would send the pigs into the sea, bush of fire, cut your little thing in front of your penis so you make a covenant with God. And okay, so he comes from a different kind of way. Yeah, he lives in Ukraine, that's true. But he has this, how should I put it, justification. So he's a little bit absorbed, or he don't ask for much because of that. But he was born in Ukraine. He went through their institutions there, no? What else remains? He's just like the other guy, Alexei. I'm gonna upload the next video and watch it, and you're gonna see. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.